Everybody, welcome to the Hidden Threads podcast. Let me get my camera switched over here so we can see the lovely Victoria. There she is.
Hi.
And here I am, the lovely Macky.
Yes.
All right. It's the podcast about private investigations and
a bunch of other stuff.
I thought it was a whole lot of other stuff.
A whole lot of other stuff.
That's our other podcast. We're going to start it. It's just called a whole lot of other stuff. So speaking of other stuff, today we got an interesting topic. Victoria wanted to talk about how alcohol and success do not mix.
Yes.
Tell me about that a little bit, Victoria.
Well, personally, in my life, I drank a lot in the past, and just it ruined my life. I could not function as a mother, as a friend, as a daughter.
Yeah. So you got two alcoholics sitting here. We're proud anti-drinkers, right? Okay. Yeah. So I'm the same boat. I was in a position where alcohol had controlled my life to the point where my wife was like, "Hey, it's either me and the kids or alcohol. Would you take your choice?" Kind of thing. That was my rock bottom, I guess. Mm-hmm. And what I've seen over my life is I've never heard anybody say, "Man, look what alcohol's done for me." Have you?
No, never, never, right. ever.
All right. And I know in our investigations, most of the problems we deal with, whether it's criminal, domestic, you talking adultery, custody modifications, all those things, they all start with alcohol. Yes. Now, there may be other drugs involved where we're talking about, and they may escalate to marijuana or methamphetamines, fentanyl, you name it, the big ones, right? Yeah. Pills mainly around here in North Alabama. We've graduated from meth mountain to pill mountain around here. So, yep. All right. But yeah, it all starts with you reducing those inhibitions with alcohol. That's my opinion. There may be some doctors and psychotherapists out there that have a better opinion, but what do you think, Victoria? Just some observing.
I feel like we have room to talk because we've done it. Like we've eliminated it and seen what happens when you eliminate alcohol. I think that's the only way to go about it is to just eliminate it. Start by cutting it out of your life.
Now, if I could just eliminate chocolate chip cookies, Victoria.
Yeah, I could do that, and nicotine.
Yeah, nicotine's one of mine. But anyway, it doesn't actually kill other people when you're driving down the road, though.
Yes, that's
typically.
Right. Yes.
So, but yeah, we had a big Christmas party at the church last night, and I ate a lot. Pecan pie. What's your favorite Christmas dessert, Victoria?
Ooh, I like chess pie.
Chess? Oh yeah, chess pie. I've seen that before. So good. It is good. My wife likes it too.
It's like gooey butter cake, kind of.
Yeah, it's very good. Back on topic, though.
Yes.
Okay. Well, Christmas is a big time for alcoholics too. Okay. So if you're watching this and you do struggle with alcohol, I know Christmas time, holidays are a big time.
Yes.
Typically, we get more time off. We're not as busy.
And all the good flavors and stuff.
People are having parties. You're seeing people more. And if you're struggling with that, you can always reach out to us. We'll get you in contact with one of my favorites, AA. I'll go to a meeting with you.
Me too.
Yeah.
For sure.
I've chaired meetings. I'm a sponsor for people. I haven't sponsored anybody in about a year, but I need to get back involved in it,
And we can sit here and it sounds easy when we just like say, "Hey, quit drinking."
Yeah.
It's way harder than it is way harder than
quit drinking. Yeah. You got to make a decision. You got to make a firm decision that alcohol is not going to rule your life. Mm-hmm. Now I come from a Judeo-Christian background. I know that's different than Victoria. Yeah. Right? I think the only way to truly kick addiction is through Jesus Christ. Mm-hmm. But Victoria says she'll lean on that a little bit and say, "Hey, just stop doing it."
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. I grew up in a Baptist church. I don't believe in God or anything like that. I think we have full control over ourselves. And I think that, at least for me, that made me feel more powerful, thinking that I have more control of myself. Like I can stop this by myself. And that's kind of where my mindset was like, you are doing this to yourself.
Right.
Like stop.
Coffee addiction. I have that. Anyway.
Red Bull too.
Red Bull. Yeah, we put some Red Bulls down. But yeah, so I lean on the power of Jesus Christ to help me. And I know you have your way of handling things. But the bottom line is you got to make a decision and be disciplined enough not to consume it. I can't consume any alcohol at all. I cannot. If I take one drink, it's over.
Same.
Okay. Yeah. If I take a sip, I'm going to drink all of it. And then we're going to go to the store. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to party. Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to be divorced and broke.
Yep.
Broker than I already am. But anyways, it's just not good. And it's people try to be professionals at whatever they are. Parents. I've seen doctors crumble because of alcohol. I've seen professional educators, college professors crumble because of alcohol. They try to uh, let it be a numbing agent for things that are going on in our life, and they're ignoring problems. That's what you're doing.
Absolutely.
You're basically tucking your head between your tail, and you're running away from your problems and saying, "Hey, I'm going to get drunk," instead of facing my fears, my problems, and tackling them head on. Okay?
Yeah. And it's a lot to like actually face your problems head on with a clear head.
Right.
Because you're like, what have I done? Like
Right.
I've made this
Yeah.
show that's crap now, and I have to restart and rebuild my life. But like that's also the fun part, because you get to rebuild.
You get to rebuild. Now there's always that trail of destruction. A lot of bridges have burned behind me over the years.
Yes.
Because I've drinking and not being in my right mind, those kind of things. But there's a path forward, and that is stop. And there's other options out there. If you want to see your life change, put down the alcohol, start exercising, focus on your family instead of what's in that bottle, and you'll see a huge change in your life.
Seriously.
What's your experience, Victoria?
I mean, this time last year, I guess last October, I woke up in jail, didn't even know what happened. Just got.
Can we share the funny story?
Sure, yeah, we'll share the funny story. I got obliterated. Yeah, Mackie, tell it.
This is just me secondhand, Victoria telling me. But I guess she got real drunk one night and was causing trouble outside the bar. Is that right?
Yeah.
And I would pay money. I'm going to go to the jail and see if there's any cops there that have a picture of this. But she had to be in a restraining chair like Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
If you see Victoria in person, she's not a huge person. And I think it's funny that she had to be in a restraining chair.
Yeah,
so tell me more about that.
I woke up in the restraining chair with like 4 cops in front of me. They were trying to get my feet still, so I was kicking them.
He's kicking
in the chest and stuff. But I woke up in jail. That was about this time last year.
Okay.
And now it's been a year later. I'm 422 days sober, I think. I have been working for you for 6 months. I'm a wonderful mother, way better than I was when I was drinking all the time.
Right.
Just got a new car, like been saving money up. It's a whole different ball game.
I just set your new car. It's pretty sweet.
It is so sweet.
It's nice. Yeah. I like it. Yeah, so that's a story of how idiotic we are when we're drunk. Man. And Victoria's not going back. I won't let her.
I'm not.
If she does, she's going to get ridiculed and made fun of by me. But we know we'll just hit the steps again and make our way through it. So,
and I'm not going back. It's not even a thought in my head. I can't.
Right. So how many days did you say you're sober?
422.
I think I'm working on 8
years.
Something. Yeah, 8 years, not 8 days.
I'm like, you got years.
8 days. Yeah. So well, I made a decision. I didn't go to jail. I don't have the horror stories that I hear at AA and Victoria with jail and law enforcement.
It could always be worse too. Like I could have killed someone. Like,
yeah. There's stories at AA. If you enroll in AA, you don't have to enroll. You just show up. They call it a 12-step program, but I add a step 0 when I'm sponsoring people. Step 0 is walking in. Yeah. Right. Actually showing up. So
for sure.
That's the hardest part of the whole thing is the walk in. I thought I was better than these drunks. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm not one of these kind of people. Yeah. Look at me. I have a job and stuff. But I got in there. I'm no different. I was one slip up away from killing somebody, destroying my family. Got 2 girls, destroying their lives. Life's hard enough as a kid. But if you get one parent or 2 parents, we see a lot of they're addicted to something. It makes it way more chaotic, you know. And I made a decision. Hey, this is not for me. I focused on my family, Jesus Christ, the coffee, and nicotine.
Yes, yes. Everyone has vices. You just gotta choose the right ones.
But I think it's a great choice if people are listening out there that you choose to find something else to replace alcohol. Now, some of you may be addicted to other substances. I've never been addicted to another. I never was a pill person or a shoot something in my arm or snort something person.
Yeah.
But I know there are people out there and they're just as bad. What makes alcohol so dangerous is it's legal. You can just walk up the road and get it.
That also makes it so hard to stop.
So you drove here, took you about an hour. How many places that sell alcohol did you drive by? Probably.
Oh my gosh, I don't more than 30.
Every convenience store, Walmart, liquor stores are probably not open yet. But
and when you go sit down at a restaurant, you can't help but get a menu put in your face.
Yeah, and the bars there, they make huge bars, so you see all the stuff up there, and it's just it's an addiction that's very difficult to kick. And I wouldn't say I'm successful. I have zero urge to drink now. Now I used to, and that first year was rough. That's when you have your roughest time.
Yeah.
That
I
first
still
year,
I still do have urges sometimes,
right?
but I just be like, mm-mm.
That first year was my mouth would water when I'd walk into a convenience store and see those beers in the ice. You know, they put up next to the checkout, and my mouth would water. Those kind of things. So, but now I have zero urge. I don't even think about it. I drink my sweet tea and water, and sometimes I get a delicious Coca-Cola.
So you think after that first year mark, it just kind of was easier for you?
Yeah, after I made it through that, went through the 12 steps, going to AA meetings, talking to people, listening to their stories, and learning. I'm not different than them. Some of us just can't handle alcohol. It's that we just can't handle it. People call it a disease. I don't really agree with it. AA does call it a disease.
Yeah.
I call it a obsession.
I agree.
It's an obsession, and that's different than a disease. Disease, you can't help it. I can control what I put in my mouth and drink.
Yes,
right.
Absolutely.
But it's an obsession over more than it is a disease. That's my opinion. I'm not a doctor. I'm just a redneck from.
I agree with you too, though. Yeah, and I'm not a doctor either. But you're right. I mean, it takes a lot to go to an AA meeting. You have to be extremely vulnerable and
right.
have to sit in front of these random people that you don't know and open up about your life. And it is a lot, but it's so worth it.
Yep. The good thing about AA is you don't have to talk there.
You don't have
to. You can listen.
Yeah.
Eventually you will, though. You'll be compelled to help. You're helping other people by telling your story.
Absolutely.
Is what you're doing. So, yeah, I don't know why we decided to talk about alcoholism today, but it is an important topic.
It is. And a lot of our cases, like the divorce and the child custody, a lot of it does have alcoholism.
Yeah, people lose custody over alcohol. Yeah. And we're going to take a break, and we're going to come back and go into some of these cases and talk about how they impact people in child custody. See you in just a bit. Peace. Yep, safe online dating. It's a big deal. So maybe you met the person of your dreams on Tinder or one of the other platforms, and you're getting ready to meet up with them in person. Or maybe you've been in a long-distance online relationship with them. You just want to know who they are. Well, we have a tool called TLOXP. It's only available to federal agents, police forces, and private investigators. Hey, that's me. And we can tell you about their bankruptcies, judgments, evictions, divorces, arrest record, important things you need to know before spending any more time with this person. All right, get to know who they are and confront them with it, or just break up with them, whatever your choice is. But you have to call us or fill out the information on the link below. You're going to hear from a real private investigator that's going to go over this data with you, go over the pricing options with you, and get the information you need to be safe online. Don't wait any longer. Click the link or give us a call to get started. The number is 866-910-7499. Again, 866-910-7499, or click the link. Hope to talk to you soon. Okay, we're back with the Hidden Threads podcast, and I'm here with Victoria again. Victoria.
Hi.
So you said that your fiance's mother's cooking Thanksgiving.
Yes. No, Christmas.
I'm sorry. We just had Thanksgiving, but she's cooking Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Italian. These are Italian folks. Are they from Philly? South Jersey?
Yeah, New Jersey.
All right, South Jersey. I bet that's going to be good. I'm coming. Can I come over?
I'm sure they'll be happy to have
Italiano. You. We take, our Christmas meal, we don't do your traditional turkey and stuff. We do pasta. My wife lays out pasta dishes and people bring them over.
That does sound good.
We play bingo.
That's fun. Yeah. That's so fun.
And my family members go crazy over these bargain bin little $1 gifts.
Do they really?
Like Christmas trees for your car, cheap socks with Paw Patrol on them, stuff like that. It's nuts, man. They go.
Maybe
but it's
you'll
fun.
Win something good.
For like 3 hours, we sit there and play bingo, and people just go nuts.
Fun.
So it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
You just have a football game on, playing bingo, and it's just a good time.
It sounds like it.
All right, back to our topic for this episode. We were talking about alcoholism, and me and Victoria covered some of our struggles with the poison.
Yes.
All right. Now, why we brought this up is a lot of our cases, especially dealing with child custody, deal with alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
All right? And we go through people's garbage illegally. So if you put your track, I'm going to blow it here for us, our cases, right, Victoria?
Yeah.
No, I've talked about this millions of times, and people still put their garbage out. But if you put your garbage out on the side of the road to be picked up, then we can snatch it. Anybody can. It's called refuse in Alabama. In most states, it's like that. You can pick it up. Like if you throw an old couch out on the side of the road, I can come grab it, all right, and put it in my bin. No, I'm not going to do that. So.
As long as you're not passing that.
As long as you're not passing that threshold of the property line.
Yeah.
All right. In urban, let's say suburban areas, that's the sidewalk. rural areas, that's where the road ends and the grass begins. That's our rule we use.
Mhm.
I know there's some more specific rules, but that's what we say. Hey, it's got to be on the road, dude. Before we go grab it.
Yeah.
We do not walk up in their yards and get it. That's trespassing.
Yes.
And theft. So you can get some good ones if you want to.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to. But yeah, we go through people's garbage. If they got custody of children 1 week, we will go find out when their garbage is being picked up. People typically put it out the night before, and then we go up and snatch it and go through it. And we're showing the number one thing we're looking for is what, Victoria?
Drug and alcohol.
Drug and alcohol. So alcohol more than anything. We show how much alcohol is being consumed in this house in a 1 week period by empty cans, empty liquor bottles, and we find a lot.
Yes.
You've seen pictures of it, right?
Yes, we find a whole lot.
Right.
Yeah.
And people are drinking a bunch. And with children in the home, I know people out there, that's not illegal, blah, blah, blah. But when you're having custody issues and they're painting a picture of you being a bad person, this does not help. It makes you out to be an alcoholic.
Mm-hmm.
We had a case once. This was in Huntsville. That's a little close to home. I said it. I shouldn't say the city, but I did. Huntsville. And for 3 weeks in a row, we grabbed a person's garbage when they had custody of a child. And there was gallons, like 6 to 7 gallons per week. Now, they were having parties. We get videos of that as well. 6 to 7 gallons per week of Jim Beam. All right.
Ridiculous.
Being consumed in that house.
Yeah.
And I'm talking hundreds and hundreds of empty beer cans. So we got that for 3 weeks. And this guy did get his custody modification. He got to where he could only have supervised visitation because of that.
When you take that trash grab and put it with all the other collected evidence,
yeah,
it just does not look great.
Yeah, a 6-year-old during the week, he's having parties with his buddies outside at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
It didn't look good.
Yeah.
And he got it modified based off of that evidence. So there was some other stuff with he was not dropping the kid off at the right times and all these things. But we added that with the alcoholism. It was a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
We had a recent one where a person's looking to get custody, and we found a ton of marijuana, synthetic marijuana. What's it called? Spice?
It's like the Delta 9 stuff.
Delta 9 stuff.
Yeah.
In his garbage. And we got online and started looking at this guy. He sells it. He has a little drug dealing operation. Some people say it's legal, but it's not unless you're registered and all these things. But he had just straight up marijuana crumbs too. That's not legal.
Right.
And a boatload of twisted tea. They like the twisted tea, 90 to 100 cans a week. So, and they're looking to get custody of a small baby. Would you let your small baby stay over there, Victoria?
No, never.
I mean, I know your daughter's almost grown. What is she, 6?
She's about 5. Yeah, she's going to be 16.
But, if you had a small baby, I would not. This is a small baby we're talking about.
Yeah,
so. No. We find all kind of stuff in there. And the main thing we're looking for is alcohol. So you can see where alcohol destroys families, destroys lives. Now, before you start whining out there that I'm destroying lives, I do not consume the alcohol. I'm not fighting over custody. We're just proving who these people are in real life and showing that they are a scam.
Yes.
What do you think, Victoria?
Macky doesn't ruin lives. None of our investigators ruin lives. Right. You are doing this to yourself, which is the whole thing, which should make you more mad that you're the one doing this to yourself, and should make you want to change and do. Want to
change and be rock solid for kids instead of chaotic. That's what these people are doing when they're looking at these custody mods. Is they're looking to move these kids out of chaos. Okay, what chaotic situations have you seen, Victoria? And
I mean, just when alcohol is involved, you can easily take your kids and put them in the car after you've been drinking all night.
What about that?
Down the road.
Right.
And then can end very disastrously.
Yep. We have had several cases where we observed a person drinking. This is more than once this happened. So say they have child exchange with the other parent at 3:00 in the afternoon on a Sunday. We observed this person drink from 11 to just before 3 at a sports bar watching football. I'm talking mugs of beer, shots, all those things, and go pick the kids up. And then we immediately call the police.
Yeah.
And they get a DUI, and the kids don't go with them because that's endangering children right there. That's happened more than once, by the way. That's not just one special case where that's happened. So, and I'm glad to get these kids out of that chaotic situation.
Absolutely.
I grew up in a chaotic situation. Yeah. You did, with substance abuse and other things. And the kid, if you got one set of parents that is doing better, providing a stable home, that's where they should be. That's my opinion. There's lawyers out there that may have a different opinion, but any other thoughts on that?
I mean, your kids get taken away or child, or the custody modifications happen, you can always still just improve yourself and show yourself up as a better person and make yourself a better person so that the other parent and your kids want to hang around you and be with you.
Right.
It should be, it's hard, but it should be a source of motivation almost.
Yeah. So it should be a source of motivation. Custody mods can happen the other way too. So, hey, I got my life in order. And typically the other parent, if you can prove it, it's not a big deal. Yeah. Right. Because kids need to be with their parents as long as they're not providing that chaotic situation. All right. Let's talk about some more cases here. I talked about this in another one where the person likes sake so much. You remember that one?
Yes, I do.
Sake's so gross.
It's so nasty.
It's warm rice wine or something. Anyway. Yeah. This was one where the client thought that they were going out to drink. They're like, hey, they're going out to bars, leaving my kids there at the house and all this stuff. We never saw them out at a bar, but we did grab their trash 3 times. And man, oh man, they were drinking Tecate, sake, and it's just 2 people, 2 adults in that house. And we're talking 100 to 150 cans of beer per week. That's a lot.
That is so much.
I'm 220 pounds. That would knock me out.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be able to function. But
that is a lot.
And it's being filed for custody mod now because of that evidence. So, and they lied on their discovery. So court action was filed, and one lawyer sent the other lawyer discovery question, said, hey, how much alcohol do you consume? They said, we don't drink any. So
yeah, sure.
So they're drinking a lot, and it's not going to be good for them. The kids are going to be taken out of that situation, and it's good for them. That's a recent one as well, where this happens every week. We probably do 5 to 6 trash grabs a week on different cases. Get up at 3 a.m, going to seeing if their garbage is out and picking it up. We don't do anything sneaky. There's one way you can do it, people, in some of these books you read, where people replace it with filled trash bags of paper so it don't look empty. We don't mess with that. We just park, do it real fast, go up and get it and throw it in the truck or the car and roll with it.
Tub in your trunk.
Yeah, I got to pick up, so it's easy for me. I just throw it over in there and bolt. Yeah. But you going to put garbage in your new car, Victoria?
If I have to, I sure will.
No, you can borrow my truck. How about that?
Okay.
You can borrow that instead of messing your new car up. But
I like money. I'll do what I have to do.
You like money. All right. What else on this topic, Victoria? We got about 3 minutes.
I just hope it's a good message for people to sober up and approach a better lifestyle.
Get your life in order. Also, we have clients that continue to want to drink and party. All right. And they get shocked whenever they get hit with another investigator from another firm pulled their garbage and got them. They went through my garbage. Now I warn them of all this. I say, hey, look, you've got to make sure you're clean too.
Yeah.
Don't be doing the same thing you're trying to argue against, because when that happens, the judge just says, hey, it's a wash. We're not changing anything. To get custody modified, the children have to be in imminent danger, number one, or they have to be a change to where they're going to live. So we look at the imminent danger part, living with alcohol, living with alcoholics, drug users. The other parts where one parent's moving, he got a job somewhere else, so they can be modified that way. And that brings to mind another case where a young girl was looking for custody of her kid. She had lost custody, and her parents were raising this child, little baby. And she was on methamphetamines and all this. And we got her garbage, and it had some pipes in there. And we got those tested at the police station. They did test positive for methamphetamine. Now, later on, she overdosed. And it was terrible. We thought she was going to have a chance. She was an opportunity for her to go into rehab. The judge said, hey, after 1 year, you're not going to get full custody, but after 1 year, you can start visiting your child again, those kind of things. And then she overdosed right before she went into rehab. So I don't think she wanted to get better, but she just had some issues with the meth and could not kick it. Yeah. Any other ideas?
Oh, I hate that. It can end so badly.
Yeah. Dangerous drugs, man. So, all right. That's our episode on drug and alcohol abuse.
Don't do them.
It's so uplifting. I know, right before Christmas time.
I know, right? It's a good message to send out before Christmas.
Yeah, we got a lot of topics to cover, and we're going to be back with another episode very soon. Say bye, Victoria.
Bye, guys.
You're supposed to say bye, Victoria.
Oh, bye, Victoria.
There you go. All right.